Thank you for clicking the link on Testing Anxiety here at Jefferson College. My name is Kelsey Hudson, and I'm the Academic Skills Coordinator for Project Success. A couple of things this workshop will cover: some advice and tips on how to combat anxiety when taking all different kinds of tests, and some general advice on how to combat anxiety. So the first thing I want to bring up is I want you to change your definition of anxiety. So I want you to think about the physical symptoms of anxiety: sweaty palms, racing heart, butterflies in your stomach. All right, those are the same symptoms as excitement, or at least similar. Athletes actually do this, professional athletes, to combat their anxiety before a game. So over the years, they've learned to take that anxiety and turn it into excitement. This won't happen overnight. This will take time and practice. But they have such similar symptoms that over time you can trick your body into thinking, this is exciting, taking this test. Another thing I want you to think about as well is prepare. So I know that's obvious, and of course I need to prepare, but most students tend to cram the day before the test. So if you take the time to review the notes every day, take the notes every day, do some group study sessions, you'll feel better. The grade will take care of itself if you're prepared. All right, so don't cram the night before. Make sure that you understand what the test is going to be as well. Some more advice, and some obvious, again, advice is to relax and just breathe. So a lot of people tend to breathe kind of from the chest, where their chest rises and falls. That's very shallow breathing, and shallow breathing tends to increase our anxiety. So right now I want you to practice. Can you feel the difference? That shallow breathing versus your diaphragm. Your chest should not rise much when you're breathing from your diaphragm. So this is shown to lower your heart rate, which lowers your anxiety as well. So don't just do this right before a test. Do it all the time. Do it while you study. Do it while you're in your car, whatever it may be. Think about your breathing. All right? Another thing is to change your perspective. This is a big one and not as obvious. One test does not define your life. All right? You fail a test, you can always make up for it somehow. All right? So most people, unless it's a test to get into school or a test to, let's get a job, one test won't define your life. So don't worry so much about it. Most classes have 2 to 5 tests each, so you have plenty of time to improve. And I want to give you some tips now. A couple may seem obvious, but they're good to think about anyway. As I mentioned before, be prepared. I cannot stress that enough, because that's a problem that many students actually have, is that preparation, because we're human. We like to procrastinate. So make sure you take your notes and review them daily, or at least weekly. Get a good night's sleep. You know, what's interesting is actually the Princeton Review says getting 9 to 10 hours of sleep is best, especially for young people. So if you're somebody who's getting 6 hours of sleep, you may want to think about getting a few more at least before the test. Your brain will be sharper and more prepared, and you will feel less anxiety just having a good night's sleep. So if you can, go to sleep a little earlier before that test. All right, fuel up. All right, get a good breakfast. You've heard this a lot. Try to have it be nutritious, right? Not chips. And so try to have, maybe some eggs. Getting a nutritious breakfast shows improvement in brain function. And not only that, but you won't be thinking about, man, I can't wait to eat my lunch after this test. All right, have a positive attitude. And again, that is self-explanatory. But come up with, I can do this. It's not a big deal. It's just a test. Maybe go to your happy place or stand in the hero pose. I call it the hero pose. Some people call it the superhero pose, right? So your arms on your hips, your feet shoulder width apart, and your chest out and your head up. All right, so this is kind of like a confidence builder. Studies have shown that this does improve confidence. So do this for about 5 or 10 minutes before your test, and you can just feel the confidence. I'm feeling it right now. You should practice it. Another tip is obvious, again, get to class early, okay? So if you're somebody who tends to be late to class a lot, you need to make sure you prepare. and get there at least 5 or 10 minutes early so you can sit down, calm your mind, maybe do your breathing exercises or your hero pose. Read carefully. I cannot stress this one enough. Many students do not read the directions on their tests, and they can fail the entire test because of that. So please look over every direction that you see, and if you're confused, ask your teacher. They are more than happy to help. And just start. Okay, so if you are looking at a multiple choice test and it has 100 questions, it can be overwhelming. So if you just start on the questions you know, knock those out, and go back to the ones that you don't know later. It just helps you not feel so overwhelmed. Same thing for an essay test, except kind of opposite because it's blank. So you're staring at this blank paper and you're like, nothing is written down. So a lot of teachers will actually let you have a scrap of paper. Just write down the facts that you know. Don't make it pretty, don't need to put it in order. Just get out the information that's in your head, and then you can adjust it to your test later. Don't look at what others are doing around you. Okay, this is a big mistake a lot of students make. They tend to look to the side. Am I on pace with everyone? Am I too fast, too slow? Think about yourself and your bubble. Don't worry about others. Everyone takes tests differently. Some people finish first and get 100, or finish first and fail. It just depends. So don't worry about others, because that will only raise that anxiety. Make sure you look at the clock, but not too closely. So glancing at it every once in a while so you know you're on pace is great. But if you keep checking it over and over, you'll just boost your anxiety again because you think, I'm running out of time, I'm running out of time. All right, so just be careful how much you watch that clock. And even some instructors will say, a half an hour left, 10 minutes left. And I mentioned this one before, but focus on your breathing. It really does make a difference. It slows your mind down and slows that heart rate down. Because as you know, when we get anxiety, our heart rate goes faster. So breathe, slow your heart rate down. That will naturally lower your anxiety. And then finally, know you're not alone. Many, if not most people, have testing anxiety. So don't feel like you're the only person in class who's nervous about the test. Talk to other students. See how they're feeling before and after the test. One test will not define your life, as I mentioned before. So if you keep that in your head and your mind, then I think your anxiety will go down a lot. And of course, you're stronger than your anxiety. Even if you're a person with anxiety throughout your life, you are stronger than it. It doesn't define you. You just have to work and practice at calming it. There's some extra help you can go to if you want more information. Thank you so much for clicking on our link here at Jefferson College. Have a great day.